The Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 6, Chapter 120. Stalling for Time. Illumination magic should be fired at the troops finish. Fucking. Alright, I got this. Illumination magic should be fired after the troops finish mounting the spirit turtle. Please hop on them, Iwatani-sama. Understood. Then operations start. Roger that. Everyone, we're going. Shield. Just called Shield. Okay, I'll do my best. And thus Fido and I face the spirit turtle for another assault. During that time, Raphtalia, Risha, and half of the allied forces circled around the spirit turtle's back to mount it. Together with Master, Fido, I'm gonna call her Fido. Translators has her Philo now, but fuck that. Fido let me ride on her in good humor and ran towards the spirit turtle. Such a fearless kid. I checked the number of mana potions and medicine and stood before the spirit turtle. It's nothing. He's saying nothing. There's nothing there. As the spirit turtle detected us, it simultaneously released a swarm of familiars and then used its body to trample down on us. The White Aura! Zwite? I think it's Zwite, yeah. Zwite, yeah. Just somebody typed it differently before. Zwite, ora! Meteor Shield! I changed protective magic while raising my voice and deployed Meteor Shield. The louder he is, the more effective the skill is. The spirit turtle's foot rained down on us and caused an earthquake. I shouldn't be doing this at night. I'm terrible. I don't know why. When the sun goes down, I can't read properly. Fuck. I gotta do it today, though. Not have to. Fucking. Spirit Turtle's foot rained down on us and caused an earthquake. As if I'm gonna take that obediently. Just like that, we evasively dodged its foot before Meteor Shield could be broken. Fissures formed in the ground. In the midst of a dust cloud being raised, I used my whole body to grasp the Spirit Turtle's foot before it could lift its gigantic leg. Ah! That's a question mark, or that's an exclamation mark and a question mark. It seemed that Spirit Turtle raised its voice in surprise at being unable to raise its leg at will. Such a sorry state. Nevertheless, if I show even a little hint of an opening, then the Spirit Turtle will try to raise its leg, and in terms of strength, I don't have nearly enough to prevent it from being thrown out in the air. The good thing is that the neck didn't extend to the tip of the forefoot that we were on. I'll try to make use of that. Familiars were released in our direction. Now! A large number of magic formations were deployed in the sky, and fire came raining down incessantly. A wave of spouting magic swept down from the rear and descended upon the familiars, stitching up that interval. Ha! Fido kicked the familiars away, protecting me. How long do we have to wait? Who knows? This is bad. If I lose even a bit of focus, I won't be able to restrain the Spirit Turtle's foot. All the same, it's only focusing in my direction, so the rear was defenseless. Master, that... I looked behind the Spirit Turtle, through the gaps in its legs. Well, what I could see was no larger than a speck. A ladder or rope hung in order for the army and Raphtalia's party, who had circled to the rear, to climb under the depths of the Spirit Turtle's shell. It appeared that there were also Withering riding soldiers who boarded the Spirit Turtle favorably and were lending a hand. All right. A crackling vibration transmitted through the Spirit Turtle. Spirit Turtle turned to use and tried to fire its special move. Fido! K! Fido hid behind my back. The Spirit Turtle opened its mouth and fired that intense thunder, intending to wipe out its own foot together with us. I immediately changed to the Wrath Shield, anger ignited in the depths of my heart. Master! Fido's arms and legs were covered in black flames. Not yet. I could endure it. Because Raphtalia and Fido were lending me their strength. There was a dazzling flash, which was immediately followed by a loud roar 1 beat later. I held out the shield and defended with the Wrath Shield. There wasn't any pain like last time. As expected from the Wrath Shield, I'm unharmed. As I thought that, and waited for the Spirit Turtle's attacks, I realized that a time counter had appeared in the corner of my vision. The number was decreasing every second. What the... When the number fell to just below 430, the Spirit Turtle's attack ceased. And all right, I withstood it. And then I realized somehow strength wouldn't enter my body. Master? What just occurred? I checked my status. My SP became 0? What the? Why was my SP 0? It couldn't be that the Spirit Turtle's attack also drains SP, can it? I changed to the Soul Eater shield and recovered SP by stealing it from the swarming familiars with a counterattack. I summoned Meteor Shield. The number that appeared when I changed to the Wrath Shield has disappeared. I have a bad premonition. Could it be that number was the duration that the shield couldn't control me, or otherwise Fido converted it into a numerical value? It seems like something bad would happen if it reached 0. The spirit total regenerated its burnt foot and trampled down on us. No way! Like before, I seized the spirit total's foot to halt it. If I changed to Wrath Shield, the Dark Curse Burning S would activate from the neighboring attacks and Fido would be caught up in it. I can't change it until the very last moment. When I did, the spirit turtle took a breath as though to say it was waiting. No matter how much, wasn't it a bit quick? The sweat dropped down my face unpleasantly. It had an ability to drain SP. It would spit out a lightning attack that would with that recovered SP and then sucked away the SP I acquired again. I could remain uninjured with the Wrath Shield, but my SP would be absorbed. I'd receive a lot of damage with the Soul Eater Shield, but because it invalidates the drain and seals SP, it would have time before the lightning attack could be fired. So it's like this. Shield Prison! I aimed at the spirit total's head and summoned a cage. However, the cage was broken as soon as it appeared. As expected, I can't encase something as large as that. Well, it looks like I can't attack with Iron Maiden. I withstood the next lightning attack by changing into the Wrath Shield. However, I lost all the SP I had as compensation. I changed back to the Soul Eater Shield to counter, but when I looked at the vicinity, the familiars hadn't finished assembling together. Are you alright, Master? Should I get on Fido and flee? The power of that attack is no joke. If it misfired and hit the allied troops, it would have caused a serious loss. I deployed Meteor Shield with the SP I had managed to recover. Fido, it might be painful, but bear with it. K! I caught the lightning attack with Fido supporting me up. Ugh. The lightning attack pierced through me for about 30 seconds. It's a pain I've never felt within my original world. This feeling was like receiving an electric shock together with the pain of my whole body being roasted. My consciousness took a leap. I chanted recovery magic concurrently while supporting magic invoked by the troops behind me. My wounds healed, but I lost physical strength and accumulated fatigue during the time I was recovering from the injury. Fido's also gonna go. I'll leave it to you. If Fido could blow away the head, that would buy us some time. Fido took the stance for a special move, established her aim, and attacked. Big old bird. I forgot she was just a really fucking fat bird thing. You know, that's her attack form. Like, one of the least intimidating things in the world. Just a really fucking fat bird. Like, eagles are scary, but that is not scary. That is just... I mean, I guess it's big. But it's so... Like, the size is big, but she's also fucking so wide that it's almost like a bird that wide under the same sort of, like, scale kind of thing is just a useless bird. I mean, she can't fly, so maybe it's just, like, it doesn't matter that she's fat, whatever. Spiral Strike! Fido's assault arrived at the spirit turtle's throat and pierced through. And yet, it may be because Raphtalia wasn't there, but it didn't manage to sever the head. Before our eyes, the spirit turtle's wound repaired itself with an unpleasant tearing sound. Fido sought refuge in my barrier as she landed and dropped her shoulders in fatigue. Spirit turtle once again opened its mouth to spit a lightning attack. Did the time for the next attack shrink because of the damage? Fido, get away for the next time this guy tries to stomp on us. K! I braced myself so that Fido could have time for magic to recover. Fido's feathers bristled as she concentrated. Speaking of which, the duration of the Spirit Turtle's lightning attack and the time it takes for Fido to accumulate magic power is equal. Spirit Turtle spat out its lightning attack I changed to the Wrath Shield to resist it. And then the Spirit Turtle's blackened leg regenerated again as it attempted to stomp on us. Now's the time! Okay! Fido retreated back at high speed, and I stopped Spirit Turtle's trampling with the Wrath Shield, then started running towards its face. Dark Curse Burning S activated, and black flames coiled around me with it at the center. And Spirit Turtle's leg and face was thoroughly burned by the cursed flames. How's that? Dark Curse Burning S has an effect of diminishing recovery. It might actually be able to seal that miraculous regeneration power. If that's the case, then stalling for time would be easy. However, the blackened leg and part of the face regenerated as if nothing happened. What fatality? Master, yeah, I know. I changed the Wrath Shield into the Soul Eater Shield to economize time. Fucking... This will turn into quite a drawn-out battle. Once again, I instructed Fido as I endured the lightning attack. Fido, please go and ask the Queen, who's monitoring the timing for the state of the progress. This is quite relentless. Make them hurry up as much as possible. If I do that, the Master will Fido replied with a voice that seemed like it would break into tears at any moment. I'll be fine. Okay. That spirit turtle let out a mortifying cry, possibly because it couldn't steal any SP. I think I can endure it until the next discharge. Fido kicked the enemy away. Hike quick! With high speed, she ran down to where the queen was. A materialized meteor shield with SP taken from the familiars and repeated the action of pinning down the spirit turtle's foot. It was difficult because all the lightning attacks made the footing worse. There were fissures caused by the earthquakes as well as crater ruins. This is harder than I thought. Spirit Turtle's familiars forcefully attacked the barrier made by my meteor shield. If I didn't learn those strengthening methods from the other heroes, wouldn't I have died? Well, the situation is the fault of those other heroes. As one worthy of the origin of power, Fido is commanding. She's reread and understands the terms. Blow away those creatures with a tornado of intense vacuum. Zoite tornado! The familiars surrounding me were also blown away by a tornado. I'm back! How was it? They're hurrying, but it said to hang in there for a bit longer. I see. Also, this is medicine to recover stamina. Oh, that's her. Right, of course, whatever. Fido took out some medicine from a bag she wasn't carrying when she left and gave it to me. It was candy-like medicine. When I put it in my mouth, there was a minty taste. I felt a bit of strengthening had returned to me. This was also set aside for Master's use. What? It was a Lucol pill. Yes. I also put that in my mouth. I felt more strength in return than from the candy. When I checked the status magic, SP and MP was recovered. Lucol pill had a recovery effect. I'll remember that. With this, the curtain closed on the long battle of suppressing the spirit turtle. I don't want to do this offense-defense thing a second time. This repetition of sometimes using the Wrath Shield to resist, sometimes using Soul Eater Shield to endure. The barbarian's armor had become quite tattered here and there. Its self-repairing was no longer able to catch up. So intense. The Wrath Shield's time counter had dropped below 0:30. At this point, Fido had started tearing at her head, seeming to be enduring something. I also had a dark emotion taking over my heart, which made my mind start to become strange. Master, Fido, who wanted to release the anger that didn't have anywhere to strike, and I were almost at the limit. I can't change the Wrath Shield anymore. I understand. I won't change it anymore. Endure it. Okay. I endured Spirit Turtle's lightning attack with a Soul Eater Shield. How many times have I endured this roasting sensation? I've already fed up with just this. Should we flee? Just when I thought that, the illumination was fired at last. All right, let's go. Hooray! Fido will do her best. The Spirit Turtle regenerated its foot, and in an instant it tried to stomp down. I got on Fido's back and passed through its legs at high speed. That Spirit Turtle, it's trying to crush us with its whole body. Spirit Turtle's stomach drew near second by second as the ceiling was lowering. Hike quick! Fido changed her course midway using a high-speed movement, turned her back and escaped from the front, dodging earthquakes by leaping over them and changed direction as she landed. With a huge leap, she jumped onto the Spirit Turtle's shell. Hey, so it actually was closer to them, which is better to get on there. So they're gonna fuck it up. Yeah.